We play against Sanji from the PRB01. This is a very aggressive deck with a lot of rush from the leader's effect. So we need to have a solid game plan. And they go second, we go first, we have two 2Ks, Mary, it's not a good start, we mulligan here. Okay, much better, but the problem is we don't have much counter. But let's see what we can do. So we pass here. We probably play Frankie on 3 even, just to contest the board better, yeah, for sure. So we draw. Did they mulligan, by the way? Connected. They did mulligan, but I think it's still correct to pressure life because they played Sanji. So if they want to use Sanji, they will take the life, so we can clock them faster this way. So we play Frankie, pass. So in case they turn the Sanji this turn, we have 3 swing. So they swing 5. Here we might want to counter just to take the hit from Sanji. Another problem is that it's probably also hit from Kobe. So I will counter here. Let's give them 1. We already have kind of okay hand based on the firepower, but yeah, we are missing some counters. Okay, maybe we find, and we find Nami, sure. Against red deck we don't need the stage, so I just pick counter, and like I said, 7k. So it's unfortunate, I need to take 2 life in 1 turn, but there is nothing better I can do. I had only 1k in hand, and we did the mulligan. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we're going to play Sanji and Pudding, and I think that we will kill the Sanji for sure. The only thing is, I mean, we still need to leader's effect, because they put a lot of pressure, so we can start with that. Sanji and Pudding. We gain the freedom, and I think we start by swinging 5 here. Okay, so we make sure that Sanji is gone. And here is important thing, we are 4 and they are 4. So we don't use the Dawn effect, okay? We don't have, how it's called? Luffy Taro. So it's risky that our Sanji and Pudding will not draw us a card. So gain 0. Because we already have the next turn play if we want to. So this is why I don't activate Frankie. Now is the question, are they going to defend this Sanji to put more pressure, maybe next turn, take the life and so on. Also what's important, Sanji is not Navy type, so we should be able to jam Kobe with our leader. I'm just not sure how many counters Sanji plays. Okay, so we have 1k, 1k, and 1k. Okay, 3 cards just for this Sanji. Okay, that's good to know. Now the only consideration is, do we go 9 or 7 into Kobe, because Kobe is a bigger problem. What we just saw, they don't have 2Ks. If I go 7, it's another 3 cards, right? So then the next turn we just take the board. The consideration here is obviously, as always, small gun. And I'm not sure if we need Nami. Maybe yes, to contest the Sanji. So let's see, I will swing another 7 here into Kobe this time. Because I'm okay if he buffs Sanji to take the life. Am I getting another 3 cards? I do. Okay, so the next turn will be very pushy. And that's the problem now. Because it might be that I don't have enough to withstand the pressure. Maybe I need to use Gum Giant this way. Might be the case. Because I don't have open dawn for Bagua and I have 2 bricks. So playing Nami here is risky. So I'm just going to leave 1 up. Even if I go down on dawn, which is unfortunate if I need to, but I need to make sure that I survive this turn, because 1 card will be rush, depending what they have in hand. And afterwards I can take over the board, keep the Dawn floating for more events and so on, depending how much pressure are they able to establish. Okay, this we let go for sure. They get the free draw, so maybe they find something useful, but they also accelerate the end of the game for them. So really quick match probably will be. But look, they gave us low. Low is great for them. They gave us 2 strong vanilla characters and 2 Sanji. So they really wanted to keep them alive to continue the pressure. Is it correct? I'm not sure. But on the other hand, they want to finish the game quickly. So let's see. But all of them one case. Now I'm quite happy because maximum damage that he can do to me, okay, are still 3 cards, but it will be easier to counter them. And they have just 3 cards in hand. And we know that they were searching for some counter events. Okay, so what are for counter power? So what do we see here? Is 6k, 6k, 7k. Okay. So here we counter for sure, or do we need to? Let me think, because maybe here will be another 6. Maybe we need the Searcher Nami. So maybe it's better to take the 6. But then he can buff here and go 8. So let's go 1k here. This is important because if he takes life, goes to 7, goes 8. But then he doesn't swing with the Sanji. Okay, so it's the same actually. So let's see one more card here. Sanji and Pudding, and here we are having 7k swing that we must counter 2k. Okay, so it doesn't look so bad. The only thing now is that we need to clear the board, but we have only 2 swings and survive the next turn. 6 Dawn, we play Sanji Pudding to draw first. Okay, that's great. Then we go with the leader's effect to see how many Dawns we have to work with. So we have 3 events in hand, 1 brick, 2 bricks, okay, for Gum Gum Giant, but we survive the next turn unless they have some resting Dawn power. Now the question is for how much we want to swing. Sanji I leave on board because he needs to take life, and Kobe is drawing a card for him anyway. So let's start with 7 into 1 Kobe. Are we getting again 3 cards? Okay, so we'll have 3 attacks, right? So we go 7 again to just limit the amount of cards they will get. And let's see how they structure the turn into so many open Dawn, because it's important. It's 8 Dawn, 1 Rusher for sure, or maybe even 2 depending. So this is the problematic part, that they will swing 6. And 6 is really annoying number because I have so many bricks. So what I can do here, I can just use the Dead Man's Game, or I can use the Giant right away and hope for some substance in hand, but I also want to stay on Dawn. So let's use the Dead Man's Game first, and let's see how they are going to approach the lethal. Okay, we have low. Low is annoying because he will reduce Sanji and Pudding, and the reduction is minus 2000 power. And actually we might need to go for the game next turn, maybe, it depends. Okay, so they go 7 here, so this 7 probably here, and 6 here, or maybe keep 1 open. Okay, that's interesting situation. I think it's still correct to use the Giant here. Trash Zorojuro because we have Sanji and Pudding. Okay, we have a 2k, that's nice. So now it depends what they want to do, but we counter everything thanks to this giant draw. So 6 here, okay, it's a 2k. And then 7 here, and we have Bagua. Should be good enough. The only question is, are we going for the game? Do we need to actually? Oh, okay, that they want to threaten a little next turn. Okay, sure. So let me think here now. We start with Sanji Pudding regardless, because it's just 3. We have 3 all on board. So we are netting plus Dawn with every leader activation, right? So then we can play another, but then we are really low on Dawn. So let's just play Searcher and see. So what we have? We have Nami. Nami is okay. Maybe we'll find something better for us, but do we want to use Nami here? Maybe not. Maybe we don't want to, because it's Dawn investment, and we might draw into some events still, what we used already. If you want to sort like that, you just need to press T on the keyboard. So we have 2 events that we used, so we might draw into some. So the only consideration now is how do we hit here. I think we want to kill Kobe regardless. So 7 here. Okay, so now we can either push to life or get some cards out of them and force them to go for little with Sanji. So I think it's better to get 2 cards than to give them 2 cards and maybe some rushers. Because Sanji and Pudding we will defend anyway. Okay, so they have 2k in hand. So I think it's still correct to go another 7 here, because the hand is low and we are threatening little the next turn anyway. Okay, so here let's go. So here we might have some rushers, right? So we keep the Dawn. We have 1, 3, 7, 11 plus 2 cards, right? Yeah. So should be good enough, depending how many rushers do they have, and depending how high they want to attack. Because if they want to attack with Sanji, they are taking 1 life for sure. So we have the threat on board, even if they use some Mulligan and so on. If this Sanji is attacking, they are taking life. So it's actually beneficial for us to keep it on board. And that's why we are not starving here, because it doesn't make sense. We are giving the free activations to Sanji. Also, we only saw 1 2k or 2 2ks. I'm not sure how many they run. Maybe 4 of Chopper for sure. But those 2 might be bricks or events. Might be events. So let's see the approach here. Probably doing some math. We are on 7 Dawn. Okay, maybe they go for board, maybe I was wrong. But Riley is not popping anything by himself. So we have 5 into 4, that is easy 2k. It never happens. Maybe it was better to swing into this one. And then they keep up. Okay, so now the consideration is here. 2 Dawns up, right? So let me think here. Maybe if we can find, but do we need to? I don't think we need to find anything specific. We can just cycle. Okay, we get the Zorojuro. We can use the Zorojuro to find even more counter here. Yeah, and this is a 2k. Can put Luffy on top, doesn't matter anymore. And we go plus in Dawn, so we would be at 10 again. So now maybe we even play the Sanji Pudding for 1 more card, but then Gum Giant doesn't have really an interesting target. So what do we see here? Here is -2. What I'm expecting here? Let's see. I'm interested. What is the event? Just curious. I don't have much experience against Sanji. and 5k is no commitment, so they will probably take. Then here, do we want to turn another 5k? Probably not. Let me see. I'm interested. Oh, and then they cannot activate Sanji anymore. This is important. Okay, let's see 9. Does your event saves you from 9? Okay, it's Iglo, right? Or not? Yeah, it's Iglo. So Iglo 1 minus 3 and then minus 2. So he had to use the whole Iglo on Sanji Pudding. Then maybe 10 was better. But regardless, what can we do next? Now we can go 2 cards in hand, 3. So even if they are 2Ks, which are probably not, 2, 4, 6 into 11, right? So we will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it means that I can swing for 6, right here, for 6. Let's see if you have a 2K. You had no 2Ks the whole game. So maybe now. And what was the trigger? 1 leader or character. Okay. So we have 3 cards. Node on open. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have exact, right? Boom, for game. Okay, nice. Very interesting matchup. And they also had some spicy card next turn. Frankie could have been annoying, but Frankie is only once per turn. All characters plus 2000, so it would be depending on the swings. And this is important that all characters, so Frankie as well. So Frankie would be 6, Sanji would be 5, Riley would be 10, and that's it, because it's only characters, not the leader. So I'm not sure if it would be enough here, because I had another event in life. Okay, the card that we would draw with Gum Gum Giant would be Searcher, but we don't know what is the next card. So quite interesting how it would go. How would they separate the Dawn? But even though once we put them to 0, Sanji is useless, because as you can see, and as I explained in one of my other videos, what stands before colon, the bold part, is the cost. So if they are not able to add a card to the hand, it means they cannot buff the Sanji. Okay, that's it. See you in the next one.